Alright guys, here you guys asked for it. Me not using my original bow. This is a bow that I haven't even finished rolling yet. Only has like 2 main stats on it. So enjoy. Does take a little bit longer than what it was with my other bow, but then you'll see why in a second. This is really funny because the fact that I can be able to do this with this bow and quiver is funny as heck. Alright, there's the kill. Now I'm gonna show you my bow, which is I'm still working on. It just has the crit and then the accuracy. And that's my quiver. I just grabbed the quiver in my stash. I really didn't have any quivers. I haven't even looked for a damage quiver yet. But it gets even funnier anyways. So that is like, and I also want to show my rings. It's pretty trash. Uh, like T1s and T2s, some T7s. And this is something I scraped together really quick just to, do the build. And I could have even switched out the amulet if I wanted to, but I forgot. And I put the other amulet and I would have done more damage. It was plus 3 projectiles, given my bow wasn't even fully rolled yet. And here are my rings. You can see a T7 attack damage, only got a T1 lightning. This is something I like corrupted a long time ago that bricked. Just had all the stats I needed for the gloves. Um, but anywho, you just need the Spirit Born, and that's pretty much it, really. Like I told you guys, my gear is trash, other than my bow from my original video, and then the unique bow there. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the build. Pretty much standard deliberation, lightning, martial tempo, lightning fusion, primal armament, point critical. If you don't have a lot of crit hit, use that. If you have enough crit hit and you feel like, oh, you're comfortable, place whatever you want. These are the support gems for the lightning rod. Pretty much execute is very important because you want to do damage with low life. Um, and that's generally the build here, the low life build, where you're going to be bossing. And you can do mapping with this too. I had to quickly switch back to this build just to show you guys that you can do this with a shit bow and a shit quiver. And it's just a build. And this is Tornado. It gives you your rage, and then your mana. And also, it just allows you a little bit more damage. And also, I didn't even use barrage in the video. Like I keep forgetting to use barrage, and conductivity with hiding curse, specialist curse, curse ground gives you the curse and lower his lightning resistance, and then of course you run Wind Dancer. I use roll amount with this build, just so much more fun. This is my debuff here with Stormlands, Conduction, Exposure, Lightning Exposure. It's all in the POB. Scatter shots can throw twice, and then you'll have 4 rods on there to apply the debuff. And my weapon set 2 is going to be this Silver Wing Spear. It's going to have 97% shock chance. You can get lower. This shield is actually pretty important because it only is mainly important is to give you the duration. So increase the lightning rod's duration. And as you can see here, I had to switch back the build, and I didn't even finish putting the points before I did this. So I missed out on 2 major damage points. I have 8 weapon set 1 points I haven't even put in yet. So I could have just put it in damage somewhere, or even a crit nose or crit bonus nose or something like that. But 8 points, guys. I did this technically at level 91. Okay, like 8 points here. Not even 11, like 87 if you consider that. The 8 points, like what 1 point is per level, right? I'm at level 95 right now. So I did this at pretty much level 87. And it was just shit gear. The bow had 4% crit and a T3 accuracy, and I put 2 accuracy runes in it. It was not even fully rolled yet because I'm still working on it as a project bow. And the quiver was just crit damage, crit bonus. There wasn't even any flat damage on there except a T9 cold if you want to look at the video. But weapons at 2. You're going to go into all the shock chance and magnitude. You want to apply as much magnitude as possible with the lightning rod. That's going to increase the damage done. You can get maximum up to 100%. You can do that, but I had I think at 87 or 70 something. But just standard build. You're gonna go through your tree, and you're gonna. I'm using Megalomaniac here. You don't have to use a Megalomaniac if you don't have to resist for it. But I think one of the main things is Minor Matter here is really good. From nothing, you can grab 3 points here for a crit chance, some res, and also increase magnitude. You want as much magnitude as possible. I'm using an anointment for overwhelming strike, and also I'm using a the other one's from nothing. This is Megalomaniac finality. which is increased 120% crit hit to low life. Remember, we're doing low life. So pretty much all the standard points here. You want to take Falcon Dive for the accuracy. You want to take all the accuracy nodes. Stand and deliver these nodes here for more crit hit. With closer, when you're closer to 2 meters. Just a standard, Amazon build, and you just need the Spirit-born helm, which is probably going to be cheap. Like maybe a div, maybe cheaper, or maybe 2 divs. I don't know, but that's really the main item you really need for the low life build. Those other 8 points, I could have just went anywhere with it. I didn't realize that I had 8 weapons at 2 points. I didn't even finish the tree for the low life, and I think the damage was pretty dang good. I mean, it went through one transition. I mean, if I felt like if I changed my amulet and stuff like that, this is just the setup right here. You throw down tornado shot. It's gonna build up your rage. You want to refresh it right before he comes out, just so it's still there, so you can do some damage. I throw down my curse first because that's gonna stay on the ground. I throw some lances down, and right before he spawns, I'm gonna throw both my storm lances. And you want to throw right before he spawns with Stormlance. Stormlance procs the lightning rods. It does a little bit more damage too. And then you just spam lightning arrow and then dodge mechanics if you can't kill him. Generally, by like the first 3-4 seconds, if you haven't killed him yet, you're gonna be shocking him. Once he's shocked, you just refresh the build. And if he goes into a transition mode and he goes to the ground and comes up and he claps your ass, well, you can protect where he's gonna come up, and you can just throw the lightning rods there and just literally reset your whole build with that exposure. I feel like I could literally try to kill him with just using lightning rod and uh, and stormlance here. If I just use those 8 points and throw it into spear damage or something like that. But other than that, the build is so fun. If you like fast mapping, if you have a decent bow, this is the build for you. Your bow is gonna be better than mine. So you have a decent bow, go for it. This on a raw amount and with the new Kajiro's Gambit, it's really fun to play. And you get lucky and you kill something with 600% rarity on one of those arrows, and you pretty much gonna drop something big, right? I've been trying to do it with the Esmeri talent Atlas points to see if I can get a really lucky Esmeri kill and get my rite of passage or something like that unique. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you can always drop a subscribe and do more videos. Thank you guys, and that's pretty much it. PUB is in the link.